Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you right here. This is going to be a new DVD look at the Straight Outta Dudleyville, the legacy of the Dudley Boyz. Honestly, in my opinion, one of the greatest tag teams that's ever been in the sport of professional wrestling. I won't lie. And in my mind, I think of great tag teams. Demolition always comes to mind. Always because I was a WWF guy, and after that, I found out about the Legion of Doom and who the Road Warriors were when they finally came to WWE. I guess that would be in the early '90s. And the Dudleys, they're definitely in my top 5. I don't want to say that they're number 3. There's a lot of great tag teams that came through there, but from seeing them getting their own DVD, I mean, they don't really do DVD, look backs at tag teams. I mean, the Hardy Boys have gotten a few over the years. I mean, Edge always gets looked at as a single star instead of looking at Edge and Christian. And then really, who else is there that has dominated tag team wrestling? The Dudleys came up from ECW. They wrestled in WWE. They've done about it all. I mean, they're definitely not going to talk about it in this, I'm sure, but they've wrestled in Japan. They've wrestled in TNA. They did everything they could do. They tried to break up a few times in TNA. It never really worked. Nobody wanted to see them wrestle singles. One thing that always stands out is before the draft, the first draft in 2002, I can remember the Dudley Boyz did an interview talking about their career for WWE Magazine. And in that article, basically they asked them if they would ever try to go singles. And in that, Bubba Ray or Bully Ray, whatever you want to call him at the time, said, he knows he's not going to be Stone Cold Steve Austin. So what's the point? If he can be the Stone Cold Steve Austin of tag team wrestling in the Dudley Boyz, why not stick with being the Dudley Boyz? And right after that, they split them up. So, I don't know, probably with this being a WWE release, they're not even going to talk about it. They'll just act like they've been a team forever, and they won't even talk about the 10 years that they went missing from WWE before making their return. I took out disc 1 because I wanted to always show you what's going to be on here. There's Devon, Bully Ray's on number 1. Lots of stuff as you look through there. We don't ever talk about it. You can pause it and read it if you want to, because you want to be surprised when you go through and you watch the documentary. You can't really be surprised. You can't really read the matches on here that well either because of the darkness in the panel. Damn. Sorry about that. We'll go through here. Probably going to be a lot of ECW stuff, which a lot of people are going to go crazy for. But we got the Hostile City Showdown. Bubba Ray Dudley and Devon versus the Pitbulls. Bubba Ray versus Devon. We got Devon versus Tommy Dreamer on Monday Night Raw. We've got the Dudleys versus the Eliminators. Heatwave 98. We've got Bubba Ray, Devon, and Big Dick Dudley going up against Tommy Dreamer, Sandman, and Spike Dudley. We've got the Dudley Boyz versus Tommy Dreamer and Raven. A lot of these matches are going to be really, really good. Dudleys versus the Acolytes, Dudleys versus the Hardys, Dudleys versus the New Age Outlaws. So honestly, there's not much ECW stuff on here. Maybe they weren't there as long as I can remember. 96 to 99. Is it 98 or 99? Fuck me. 99, so they were there for a good 3 years. Always the top tag team that they had there. So I bet they won the tag team titles in ECW at least 10 times. Never were able to get that 10th one in WWE, but lots of stuff on here. Flip over to disc 2. Man, I always think of them being an ECW team, but look how many WWE matches. I mean, they're going to put over WWE matches, but they put a lot of them on here. Of course, you get the WrestleMania 17. Of course, you get the Dudley Boyz versus Edge and Christian for the Royal Rumble 2001. Dudley Boyz versus The Rock and Kurt Angle. Dudley Boyz versus the Hardys. Steel Cage to unify the WWE and WCW Tag Team Championships. The Dudleys versus the Hardys. Brother Devon versus Triple H. Oh, man. If they would have put the match on here where maybe not even the match, just the promo of Bubba Ray Dudley standing up to Triple H and basically saying that you got handed the title. And what do you know? It's right here. World Heavyweight Championship match. Bubba Ray Dudley versus Triple H. Raw of 2002. That was a great TV angle. And honestly, Bubba Ray Dudley never really was a serious singles guy to me back in 2002. But when he cut that promo, you knew that the Raw roster was pretty thin at that time. I thought there was a chance that he really could have done it. I really thought that he could have had a chance to beat Triple H. The Dudleys versus Rey Mysterio and Rob Van Dam. The Dudleys versus Tommy Dreamer and the Sandman. Dudleys versus the New Day from Night of Champions 2015. There we've got the Dudley Boyz and Test versus Albert, Edge, and Christian. The Dudley Boyz versus La Resistance and Rob Conway. We've got the Dudley Boyz come back to WWE on Monday Night Raw. The Dudley Boyz versus the Ascension on SmackDown. Extreme Rules, 8-man tag. We've got the Dudleys, Tommy Dreamer, and Rhino going up against the Wyatts. So who would have thought you ever would have saw that? But right here, Devon, get the tables. Look back at his retrospective career. Of course, they won every tag team title I can think of that was around. ECW, WWE. They cheated and won the WCW ones during the invasion, but I guess it counts. TNA, New Japan. That's about it, man. One of the best tag teams you'll ever see. They don't do many DVD looks at tag teams, so to get this one, pretty special.